Hello everyone and welcome to the Cheenis Choice, a series of video game recommendations. So I'm your host, Paul Cheenis, and this time I have a special double feature show for you with Hotline Miami 1 and 2. Now let's get to the show. Hotline Miami is a 2D top-down action game created by Donation Games and published by Devolver Digital. In Hotline Miami, you play as a silent, unnamed protagonist that fans of the game have named Jacket from his distinct Letterman jacket. At the start of most of the chapters, the protagonist wakes up in his apartment and listens to strange messages on his answering machine. The messages, usually guised as a common or inconspicuous task, lead him to specific locations and infer him to kill all the people there or face dire consequences. After each mission, the protagonist visits a store or restaurant with the same bearded clerk who gives him encouragement and free items to take. The protagonist also suffers from visions of three masked individuals who critique and criticize his actions throughout the game. Unfortunately, I can't elaborate more on the game's fantastic story or on Hotline Miami 2's story without spoiling it. There's also a secret in the first Hotline Miami, where after collecting all the hidden puzzle pieces throughout the levels, the true motive of the strange calls are revealed. Hotline Miami is an absolute joy to play. At the start of each level, you choose a mask that has a different ability or handicap that varies each playstyle immensely. Abilities of these masks include being able to kill people with your bare hands or starting off with a specific weapon. The gameplay is mainly comprised of you bursting through doors and killing everything in the room before everything else in the room kills you. Everything, including yourself, dies in one hit, so gameplay is fast and difficult, rewarding players with speed and style with higher scores and combos, while those who take too much time will often score much lower points. The feeling of getting that perfect combo is exhilarating, adrenaline pumping, and incredibly satisfying to pull off. Every attack in the game feels meaty and gratifying, with fantastic sounds and visuals for every fatal blow. Speaking of sounds, the game is revered for its fantastic, beautiful soundtrack that accentuates the stylish, gruesome violence. Everything about the game is high-octane fun and incredibly unique. There's no other game just quite like it, unless you count its sequel, of course. In Hotline Miami 2, you have the same great heart-pumping gameplay with a new twist. Rather than being able to change masks, you play as multiple characters with various different abilities that you can choose from in certain levels. While it does limit your choices in each level, it gives what I call a forced variability, where you cannot simply choose the best ability each time. This gives the player variability and makes each level constantly feel fresh and different. And the new abilities are incredibly stellar, with one character being able to do a dodge roll, giving momentary invincibility, and one character being able to shoot in multiple directions. Some characters also have certain quirks, like only being able to use a single weapon or only being able to use non-lethal weapons until you go into a rage mode. All this coupled with the same satisfying sounds and the new soundtrack makes this game just as good as the first, both being fantastic, fast, hyper-violence games. The Hotline Miami series is one of my favorite series of games, and I've hoped I've piqued your interest in it. They're great games that I wouldn't trade my experience with them for anything. This has been Paul Cheenis, and I'll see you on the next Cheenis Choice.